Hello, everybody. Welcome to Creating Cards with Debbie. I want to welcome you here today. And when you come on, please comment so I can see who's here and maybe where you're from. It's kind of fun to see where everyone is. I'm just going to give a moment for everybody to get here. I think I might have came on a moment early. So catch my breath and give it a moment. I'm going to check my iPad to see if everything's working okay, if my sound and everything is okay. So bear with me for a moment. We'll check that while we're waiting. And get to my page. Okay, it says I'm live. Let me check my sound. Live. Okay. Let me check. That looks good. Everything looks good. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started with our housekeeping notes and everything. We've got a lot going on today and tomorrow. So I want to make sure everybody's aware of everything that's happening. So, like I said, I'm creating cards with Debbie. And if you're watching me on YouTube, be sure you hit that subscribe button. And also, I think there's a like button there and a share button, maybe. But if you're watching on Facebook, hit the share button and the like button. That brings us more viewers, I guess. I don't understand all of it, but that's what they tell us. Okay, so I'm creating cards with Debbie. My name is Debbie Foster, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas, which is a little town just south of Hot Springs, Arkansas. And I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, like I said. And if you want to shop any of the products that I'm showing today in our class, you can hit that. I'm going to back up here. I'm stuttering with my words today for some reason. I guess I'm off in some other world here. So if you want to shop the products that I'm showing today, you can shop with me at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net, and that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And we've got 2 days left of October left, today and tomorrow. So you can use that October host code if your order is under $150. And that host code is 2M3GXHJM. And you can use that for the next couple of days. So I'll be changing it again next week for November. Hard to believe that it's going to be November already. All right. And if you want to email me any questions, you can reach me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. All right. Let's get into the thick of our things here. Like I said, we've got, let me take you off screen. You don't need to be looking at me when I'm talking. Maybe that's what's throwing me off. Hold on just a second. I'll turn my camera around, and here we go. Okay. It looks kind of washed out on the screen, but maybe it's just my screen. Okay. Stampin' Up! Is doing a promotion the month of October, and that's running until October 31st, which is tomorrow. And you can get your starter kit special, and you get $155 worth of products for just $99 when you sign up to be a demonstrator between October 1st and October 31st, which is tomorrow. Like I said, you'll get $155 worth of products for $99, and our normal is only $125 worth of products. So they've added on an extra $30 this month with that. And with your starter kit, it also includes free business supplies and free shipping. And you don't have to do what I do, and you don't have to make a business out of it. You can just get it to get your discount, which will be, when you start out, you get a discount of 20% off, which who doesn't like to save money, especially nowadays, the cost of everything. right. And also, until tomorrow's date, the 31st, you still have time to get all the kits are up to 30% off. It says save up to 30% off on all your favorite kits during the month of October. Each kit comes with everything you need to create a unique paper craft. We have options for card kits, treat packaging, home decor, and so much more. And as a little extra FYI, with Christmas just around the corner now, these Stampin' kits would make great Christmas presents for our teenagers or our young tweens, and or anybody that wanted to see how they like doing paper crafting, so they don't have to invest a lot of money. And these are while supplies last, so be sure that you check that out. You can go into my online store, and there should be a column on the side there that says kit collection or something like that. Just click that and it'll bring you up to all the kits that are available. Okay, and Paper Pumpkin is still going on. You can still get your kit for November. And I have a larger paper here, so we'll show that. This is our November Paper Pumpkin kit. You have until November 10th to sign up for that. And let me put that banner up there for you to see. Okay. There's the website you can go to sign up for the Paper Pumpkin. It says, filled with joy, subscribe until November 10th. And it comes with, I think it's it makes 8 projects, 8 stockings with 8 gift tags. And it's got pre-cut paper pieces, safety pins, and specialty gold foil. And the classic Stampin' spot is the Poppy Parade. And as you can see, it's got little stockings here. They're real cloth stockings. They're not paper. So you can actually use them for stockings, Christmas stockings, or hang them on your tree, or give them as gifts. Or some have even been saying that you could use those as name tags at your Christmas table, which would be a good idea. Okay, and also you can add on the Merry tags and more dies. And let me see. Sure, I'm looking washed out here. It's kind of hard to see. But Stampin' Up has started where they have 3 quarters or a quarter. Each quarter they have 3 dies that go along with those coordinating cards or kits. And this one, the Merry, goes with the October one. And wait, maybe I'm getting it. Okay, yeah, the Merry name die goes with the October kit. The little tag one goes with the November kit, and then December has a little fern looking leaf. And you can add those onto your Paper Pumpkin order as long as you're a subscriber. So you could start getting your first kit and add these on to that. Or if you're a continuing Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can add these to your order. And the order number is 165639, and they're only $12. So you can use them over and over again. It's not a throwaway thing. It's a continuation. All right, let me take these banners off of here. And bring my comments back up there. And like I said, be sure you comment when you come on. Say hello. And get these banners off of here. And okay, I just did that one. I want to hide this one. Okay, make some room here so you can see my screen. All right, today we're going to be doing projects that are using the Winterly Treetops bundle. Let me bring the dies up here so I can do them, and I apologize for the noise. They were on back order, but I think they're back in again. So it's the Winterly Treetops bundle. It's the stamp set and the dies. And these are found in our mini catalog. So let me go ahead and show those real quick. It's on page 28 and 29. So you can see it's a whole suite of things that you can get here. We're using the bundle, and we're using the designer series paper. So page 29. Okay, so let's get the party started here. I think I'll start out with this card first. Get all of my bits and pieces over here. And we'll show you the card that we're going to do first. Is this one. It's a thinking of you card. So it's not necessarily a Christmas one. You can use it for any time of the year. So it says, thinking of you always. And on the inside, I've got a friend like you brings me happiness. And I just fussy cut a little bird out of the paper. So, and added that to the inside just to give it a little bit of bling, a little character. Let me get back off of my banners again. Okay, so we're going to start out with our card base, which is our thick white. And this measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And I've scored it in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. So we're just going to fold that and burnish that edge. It's pretty quiet today. Our weather here in Arkansas, I think we've got some storms that are coming in tonight, they're saying. So it's kind of cloudy out there today. So I may have some weird shadows going on today on my camera. So here's our card base. We're going to set that aside. And then I've got our garden green cardstock, and it's 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And then I've got our designer series paper, which I showed you on that page. Well, no, I didn't show you that one. This is our Nests of Winter. And I used a little chart here where I put, these are like 2-inch squares, and I paste them onto my cardstock so I can have a sample page to look at so I can see what everything looks like. And then I have little coordinating samples of what colors are used in here. So this has a wide variety of colors. And we're going to be using this paper here, the front side and the back side. And this is also in that mini catalog. All right, so we've got the birds here, and this one measures 3 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and that's going to lay across our front of our garden green cardstock. And then I've got the back side of that same paper is 1 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. That's going to go across the bottom edge here. So we're going to go ahead and glue those down. And I'm going to bring my silicone mat over here so I don't get glue all over everything and make a mess right off the start. So we've got some new online exclusives that are going to start, I think it's November 5th. So that'll be my project next week. I'll be using some of those items. So I'm really having fun with our new ones. They're really cute. Can't wait to show them to you. Okay, I'm just going to go across the top portion of our cardstock. Make sure I'm still in camera view. And this is going to go across the bottom. All right. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Now we're going to add our ribbon. And our ribbon is our rustic striped ribbon. And this is our wild wheat color. It's real soft. It's real pliable, easy to make a bow with. It looks like it's probably kind of stiff, but it isn't. And I'm going to grab my tear and tape, which should be right here. There it is. It was hiding from me. And I'm going to put that on the back side to hold our ribbon down. And let me stick that on my hand for a moment. And I want to make sure I'm putting it in the right spot. So right about there. And again, right here on this side. And I'll bring my Take Your Pick tool over here to pop those off. I don't have any fingernails to get a hold of it. Move my trash can over a bit. It's farther away than I thought it was. All right, now we're going to start with the one side here and lay this down so we make sure we've got it straight. And I think that's fairly straight. Push that down. And now we can attach that to the front of our card. And you know me, I use my adhesive of choice is my Tombow glue. Somebody calling me. I don't know the number. I guess I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I turned it down, but I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. So hopefully it doesn't interfere with anything. I think everybody's still there. Okay, we're going to attach this to our card front, leaving a small border going around it. And then I made a single bow with that same ribbon. And we're going to attach that right there. So I'm going to grab my mini glue dots to put that on there. Looks like I'm needing to add some to my order here pretty soon. I'm getting kind of low. And we're just going to pop that onto our ribbon on the right or the left side. And got a little scrap of basic white. I'm going to stamp our sentiment down there. And I'm using just the black Memento ink. And thinking of you always. Oops. I think I pushed down too hard on my ink pad. I really inked that one up. Well, let's leave it open and we'll go ahead and stamp the inside also while we're at it. And that's going to say, a friend like you brings me happiness. So we'll bring our card back over here, open it, and don't press as hard on my ink pad here, make a mess. I'm going to stamp that off to the upper left side. Close up our ink pad. All right, I'm going to set that aside for a moment. I'm going to take my piece here that I stamped our sentiment on, and I'm going to fussy cut that. And I'm just leaving a white border going around my words here. No specific way, just make it a little wavy and give it some character. I didn't create an event this time for this live. I guess I should have this morning, but I ran out of time. So hopefully everybody will find me. And this is just going to be put onto our bottom right-hand corner with just our glue. I didn't put it on dimensionals or anything. You could if you wanted to. And just place that right there. So here's the front so far. We're going to add some bling to that too in just a moment. But I want to bring our bird over here. And I've already fussy cut my bird. And I've got two different birds I cut out. Either this one to go right there, or I could do the partial bird. So don't throw away your paper when you got little edges of just a partial image. You can use them like this to put onto your card. So I think I'm going to go ahead. Well, I guess I'll stick to the program here and just do the same as I did on my other card. We'll just put him up there. But you could use that partial bird. I think he kind of looks good too, right there on that right-hand edge there. So be sure you don't throw them away. You can use them still. Alrighty. A little bit of glue over here on our little edges. And I'm going to kind of place our bird to the right side, just below our sentiment. So it look like this. And to bling it up, we're going to use, these are the gold textured adhesive back dots. And those are on that same suite of the bird page that I showed you. And those out. And I take your pick tool. I'm going to use the putty end. And we're going to take off, looks like I'm using all three sizes. I'm going to use a large, which we'll put right over here. And then a medium one. And a small one will go right over up in this corner. I like to do my embellishments in odd numbers. So we're going to go with the 3. So here's our first card. It says, thinking of you always. And then our inside says, a friend like you brings me happiness, with that little bird there. Okay, so that came together really fast because I had most of the prep work done already. So let me get my things out of the way here. I'm struggling with that. I just get it out of the way. And we'll bring out our second card. I think I'm going to save our fun fold for our third card. So it might be a little bit more involved. But here's a Christmas one made with that same stamp set bundle. Let me get my instructions off of there. Merry Christmas. Looks like I'm running out of room over here. My space is getting smaller already. I just barely got started. Now this is coming from, I'm using the new Seasons of Elegance specialty paper. And this can be found, oops, move my work surface. It's also in the mini catalog, and it is on page, let me get to that, page 25. It's right here. Oh, and these are the gems that I used on the last one. I was thinking it went with the bird set, but it doesn't. Okay, so I've got Merry Christmas. This is a specialty paper. And on the inside, I've got, may your Christmas be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. And these sentiments come from the Greetings of the Season stamp set. So you might want to add that onto your wish list. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I am using the Real Red cardstock, and this is measuring 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. So we're going to fold that and burnish our fold real good with our bone folder. And decide which side I want. That side looks good. And next is our specialty paper. And I'm using the red. It comes in different colors. I've got red and what are the colors? Basic beige, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, gray granite, lost lagoon, mossy meadow, old olive, and pretty peacock, and real red and gold. So those are the colors that are in all these papers. Okay, we're going to be using, these are just the flip sides. So I'm using, this one is 2 inches by 5 7/16 inches. So it's kind of an odd measurement, but I wanted it to go real close to the bottom and top. I didn't want much of a border around it, so that's going to go on that side. And this one measures 2 1/8 inches by 5 7/16. So that's going to go onto the right side. And then I've got another strip of that same paper, and I'm going to use the back side of it this time. And this one is 1/2 inch by 5 7/16, and that's going to go across our center border there. So let me go ahead and get those glued down. On my original, I used the ribbon, but I'm not really happy with that because it's kind of fraying and it's kind of looking tacky. So I changed my mind and I went with just the paper instead. So we're going to be a little bit different on that. So let me put our glue down. And we'll get this card started. So I think I want to go with more of the gold towards the bottom edge. So we're going to, my lighting here isn't the best. It's kind of got me blinded. I got to pick it up and look at it. I guess with the cloudy day, it's kind of a glare. I hope it isn't the same for y'all, that you're able to see me okay. And my glue bottle's getting down towards the bottom again, so I've had to shake it a little bit. But I've got a new bottle sitting here just in case. All right, and this one's going to go on that right side. And again, I got to pick it up so I can see. Press that down, and then we're going to add that center strip. All right, don't forget we got to set our clocks back this weekend. So it's going to be dark earlier. I don't care for that part. I never understood why they just didn't leave it at daylight savings time. But who am I to say? All right, so here's our card so far. And we're going to do some heat embossing with this one. And also, I took, I'm using those dies that are you're able to add on to your paper pumpkin kits each quarter. And this is what they look like in person. And here's the Mary word one. That's the one that we're using today. And I die cut that using our gold foil paper. And here's the tag. And there's the leaf. So I haven't used those yet, but I'm anxious to. So I'm going to put those over there. And our Mary is going to go right up here. But I think I'm going to wait on those, and I'm going to stamp our birds first because we've got some coloring to do. So I've got a scrap of our basic white, and I've got the bird image, the two birds, and we're going to stamp those. And I'm just using my black memento ink. Do that with. Let's close this up. And stamp that onto our scrap paper. So here's our birds. And I'm going to color them using our Stampin' Blends. I've got the Real Red. Okay. I had Poppy Parade there for a moment. So this is the Real Red. And the branch, I'm going to use Pebbled Path. And I'm going to use the dark, I'm not using the light. And for the beak, I'm going to use the light Peach Pie. So I think that's all the colors I've got in there, just 3 colors. So let's go ahead and start coloring. Oops, still got the wrong color there. My next project, I'm using the Poppy Parade. That's why I keep grabbing that one instead. They're pretty close to the same shade. All right, so we're going to start out coloring our birds. And I'm going to start with the dark Real Red. And I'm just going to do his wings and some shading with the dark Real Red. And I could have colored these ahead of time, but I think we've got time today to go ahead and do our coloring live. I'm just trying to not go out of the lines here, so I'm trying to talk and color at the same time, multitasking. And I'm just doing a little bit of outlining here with our bird. Don't forget that little wing sticking down there. Now I'll come back with the light Real Red and finish coloring him. The male cardinals are usually the pretty red ones, and then the females have a little bit of red, but they've got some brown on them too. But I'm just going to do both of my cardinals, both red. So I could have made one a girl, one a boy, but didn't quite go there. I think I like both of them being red. They are a pretty bird, I think. All right, let's do the other one the same way. Some shading here. And I'll turn this one around to do it so I don't go out of the lines. Trying not to. So they're not real difficult to color. It doesn't take much time at all. Now I want the light Real Red. pretty quiet today. Jack was here this morning. He was putting his new drum set together, but he's taking it to the church now. So I've got the house to myself, other than JoJo's here with me. She's supposed to be taking her nap, so hopefully she is. All right, and then I'm going to color our branch with the Pebbled Path, the dark. I gotta grab my red again. I missed part of this bird's tail underneath. And I turned our air conditioner on, but it feels like it's still warm in here. Maybe it's just me. Give me that. The red's back here again. I'm not done with those yet. I forgot the tail underneath there. Fill that in. And our berries, we're going to do with the dark real red and the light real red. So we got a little bit of shading. Oops, I got those branches up there. I forgot to come back and do those. And the light real red, we'll color the berries. So what are y'all drinking today, this morning? I've got myself some lemonade that I'm sipping it. I get tired of drinking water all the time, so I switched it out this morning. Lemonade sounds kind of good. I guess I need to get me some of that flavored water packets and start using those again. Instead of just plain water. I don't drink that much for sodas, so it's usually just water that I have every day. It's kind of gotten boring. Okay, let's bring that dark pebbled path back out, and we're going to finish up our stems up here that we missed. And then our light peach pie for the beaks. All right, and then we need to bring our small machine over here, the die cut, and I didn't bring that out ahead of time, so I'm just reaching over here to get it. And so we can die cut our birds. And it's this larger die. And I'm going to use my washi tape to hold it in place so it doesn't move on me. After all that coloring, I don't want to have to redo it again. And I might have to trim some of our sides off here to fit that through. Yeah, just a little bit. Bring my scissors over here. We'll trim that down to size. It'll fit through my machine. I think that's like a 3-inch clearance that it has. So it's a good size, but some papers are a little bit bigger. You got to cut them down. Run that through, die cut that. Hope I'm not shaking the table too much. And here are our birdies. And we're going to put that in my middle dish. So these are going to go up on dimensionals. Which, okay, there they are. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to grab those off, attach them. We're going to do some heat embossing with this card also, so stick around. And I want some skinny strips here, so I'm going to cut off the edge of my sheet here to get some of those to put on. And let me see if we can have a small corner here. It's that one right there. I think that's enough. I'm going to take those backings off of those dimensionals using my Take Your Pick tool. I don't know where I'd be without my Take Your Pick tool. I'm constantly using it for everything. So it's a very useful tool. You can find it in our annual catalog if you don't have one. So I'm going to place my birds probably pretty well centered on the front of our card. And we're going to heat emboss some gold embossing powder onto our real red paper. So I'm going to bring out my embossing toolkit. I've got my gold embossing powder, and this is still our old embossing powder. I haven't bought the new wow ones yet, but I need to put them on my order here pretty soon. So I've got my Versamark ink, I've got my brush, I've got my embossing buddy, and we're going to powder up our cardstock so we don't have any static cling on there. And this all comes as a set. You can get the toolkit, comes with the reverse tweezers, the brush, the embossing buddy. I think that's all. Yeah. So the brush, the reverse tweezers, and then the embossing buddy and the tray. You'll get all that with your order when you order the toolkit. And we're going to use our gold embossing powder, but first we're going to stamp our sentiment that says Christmas. And I got this one from the stamp set, which is the greetings of the season. I'm using the Christmas here. So we're going to use our Versamark ink and stamp that onto our red cardstock. And cover up our Versamark ink so we don't get powder in it. We'll dump our powder on there. Make sure I got it covered good. Looks good. And I'm not going to do it right now, but later, all you have to do to empty this is just take your cap off of here and then pour it into your container again. But to save time, I'm just going to set that aside somewhere where I'm not going to throw the powder all over. So put it way over here, out of reach. We don't need any accidents to happen to slow us up here. All right, I'm going to bring my heat gun over here and we'll get that heated. I'm using my reverse tweezers on this too so I don't burn my fingers because the heat guns are really, really hot. They're hotter than what blow dryers are. So just an FYI. And it takes a moment for the heat gun to heat up and it's already melting our embossing powder. So let's see if you can see that on the camera. You don't want to heat it very long because you can burn your embossing powder. So just a moment or so and it's done. All right, so here's our Christmas with the gold embossing on it. And I'm going to cut that down. So I'm just going to do a block style. We're just going to cut around our Christmas sentiment. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not Hallmark. We're homemade, which I think is better than Hallmark. All right, and that's going to go onto the card front. But I think I'm going to place that up on dimensionals too. So I'm going to take a strip of our mini dimensionals and I'm going to, well, I thought they were skinnier, so I'm going to cut them down to size here a little bit. And maybe about that long. And place that over our sentiment, Christmas. Can I pop this off with my fingers? Yeah. Now that's going to go across the bottom of our card front. And the bottom right-hand corner. Press that down. And now we're going to bring our Mary, and I'm going to grab my silicone sheet. And I should have put this on my adhesive sheets, but I didn't. So we're going to try putting our Tombow glue on there without making a mess. So I think what I need is just a few dots of glue here and there to hold it. So hopefully I don't make a mess with it because I don't have an extra one cut. And I'm going to make that tweezers work double time today. I'm going to pick that up. And no, we don't need that here. We can move that back out of the way. And our Mary is going to go kind of at an angle. So let's place that down. And some of the glue has squirted out, but it will dry clear, so I'm not going to worry about it. I don't want it to get onto my gold foil. So I'm just going to leave it alone, let it dry on its own instead of trying to wipe it off. All right, so here's our card. And you could add some gold gems if you wanted to, but I thought it was blinged up enough with the gold in the paper itself and then the gold Mary. So this is our card. And I'm going to add a little Wink of Stella, which is hiding on me. There it is. I'm going to add some Wink of Stella to our berries, just to bling them up a little bit. And then that's going to take the place of our extra embellishments, I think. Okay, and I think I'm going to do their beaks too a little bit, just to give them a little shine. All right, and then the inside we have our basic white, which is our standard size inside layer, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're going to stamp our sentiment on the inside. And I am using The one that comes from the greetings of the season. But it says, may your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. I didn't want the holiday season. I wanted, I want to change it to, may your Christmas be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. So what I'm doing is I taped off that holiday season word sentence there, and we did washi tape there to block that out, and we're going to put our Christmas in there instead. So let me use our black ink, and we're going to ink that up. Did I do that red or did I do it? No, just black. Okay. And we're going to stamp that right in the center. Whoops. Take off your washi tape or you'll have a bad thing going on. I almost goofed here. And huff on that a little bit. May your something be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. Okay, so we've got that empty line right there. We're going to fill that in with our Christmas stamp. So let me bring this down so I can get this straight. And we'll center that right in that space, that second line. Close this up. So there we have it. We changed our sentiment a little bit. So may your Christmas be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. And let me get this inky tape out of there so I don't stick my arm in it or something, or a card. And I've got a strip of our real red, which we're going to put across the bottom. And this measures 1/4 inch by 4 inches. So let me bring my silicone mat back over here. We're going to add some glue to the back side of that. Let me see which side is which here. Okay. Just one strip of glue across that. And I think I'm going to use those tweezers again to pick that up. And I'm going to place that across the bottom, leaving just a little bit of white peeking out from the bottom. And hold that up so I can see if it's straight. Okay, and then I'll turn that over and clip off that little bit of excess that we've got there. Now that can go on the inside of our card. I sure hope we don't get any bad weather tonight. They're talking wind and hail and possible tornadoes, which we don't need. Mother Nature needs to be nice to everybody. We've had our share of bad weather with the hurricanes and everything. And let's scooch this over a bit. We want to keep kind of even borders going around it. All right, so here's our second card, our Christmas card. It says Merry Christmas, so you can see that down there. And then on the inside, may your Christmas be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. So it's a little bit different from my first card, but I think I like that better. I don't like the ribbon. It's kind of tacky looking. I think it's kind of shredding. It doesn't look right to me. So I like the one with just the paper centerpiece. So kind of see the difference. Let me know what you think. All right, our final card today is going to be a fun fold. Let me clean up a little bit here and get that together. Okay, so it's another Christmas card. Merry Christmas. And here's the inside. You can see it's fun fold because it doesn't close like our normal cards do. It's a little bit different. It's got a little shorter flap on the front. Okay, I've got Happy New Year, and it's the most wonderful time of the year. So again, we're using the sentiment out of the greetings of the season. And also the Winterly Treetops stamp set. And I've added some more extra dies to use to this project. I'm also using the wildflower design dies. So, all right, let me get my instructions out here, and we'll start with our card. Let me have a beverage drink here. My bits and pieces. Okay, so this card base is going to be using our Poppy Parade. And it's going to measure 5.5 inches by 7 1/4 inches. And then it's scored at 4 1/4 inches. So it's shorter than our basic cards. So I'm going to fold that over and burnish that fold. I want to make sure I've got a good edge on there so it stays closed like it's supposed to. All right. And the designer series paper that I'm using comes from we're using the Sentimental Christmas, and this is in the mini catalog. I'll show you where that is. If I can get my fingers to work here to turn the pages, I will. Let's see. Okay. Yes, it's on page 29 of the mini catalog. And it says, for each Sentimental Christmas Suite collection or Sentimental Christmas Design Series paper you buy, we'll donate $3 to support children's literacy. And each mini catalog, Stampin' Up! Does that. They pick a charity that they want to give to. So this time it's the for the children's reading. I hear sirens coming. Hopefully we don't have a fire. We're under a high fire risk and under a burn ban, so hopefully not. All right, so this one I am going to use. On my original, I used this design here. But I'm going to change up this card. We're going to be using this one right here instead. Goodness. State police, state trooper. Yeah, he's in a hurry for somewhere. Okay, hopefully that's nothing serious. So that's from the Sentimental Christmas. Now that we got sidetracked with the sirens and all that going on. Okay, so let me start out with our basic white. Is 2 5/8 inches by 5 1/8 inches. And that's going to be our mat that's going to go onto this little flap. And then we've got our designer series paper that is 2 1/2 by 5 inches. And that's going to go onto our white mat there. So let's go ahead and glue those together. That was our excitement for the day, looks like. And this is the back side. You could use the back side of it too, but I'm kind of partial to this side with the bows and the holly. Either one would work. Either side. No right way, no wrong way. Okay. Feel like I had a little bit of frog in my throat there. My allergies are kind of flaring up today. We must have a lot of pollen in the air today. And the border going around that. This is going to go onto our card front. And we'll attach that. I'm going to open this because it's hard to see. I still got that glare going on. Okay, I did go back to the eye doctor Monday and got my stitches out of my eyes, so I was happy about that. Now I can wear makeup again. That was hard, those 2 weeks that I couldn't wear makeup. Us ladies get used to that, and then we don't dare show our face. Okay, so here's our card so far. And now I'm going to bring over my next layers, and this is what I used. I used these two dies. This one, it cuts out double. It cuts out the outside, and then it cuts out the inside layer. So we used that, and I die cut our Poppy Parade using that die. So I was left with these layers, which they come apart. And then I cut another layer using the basic white because I wanted to use both colors. So, and then this, I cut out the scalloped frame using the basic white. We only needed one of those. So get the dies out of there. And we'll start assembling. And this is going to go on the inside of our card. And this is going to go on the inside layer of this. And this will go on the inside of their card. So let's go ahead and attach those together. And I think the best way to probably do that is probably to put the center piece down first. And I'm going to kind of dry fit those where I want to be placed. You would think it would go edge to edge over here with the points, but it's not. You want it more in the center. So I'm just going to put glue on the one side for now. Hope I don't mess this up. All right, kind of centered on the card front. Watching our sides here. Sure it's straight. And then we're going to add our frame. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to run a line of glue just up across our, or right beside our cutout center. Going all the way around it, except for that right side. We don't want to put glue on that side. And then match that up to our center part. And stick that down. You might have to hold it for just a moment to make sure the glue is going to grab hold of it. And I think I need to put a little bit more up in this top corner. There, and same with this one at the bottom. Okay, even if it's not attached really good, don't worry about it because we're going to be putting another frame on the back side to attach it to. So That'll reinforce it better. Which we could probably go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and attach those on the back side. We're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to attach the center layer down first. And we're going to put glue on all of this one, not just the one side. I wasn't going to do this, but I didn't like what the back looked like, so I wanted to kind of finish it off a little bit more. Make it look more finished. And do our glue. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a new bottle here pretty soon. Getting down to the end. All right, so that should be able to go onto there. And again, we're going to line it all up with the inside layer. And I'm going to hold that for a moment till it dries a little bit. Now, I'm going to put glue down. I think I'm going to put lay a stamp on top of that to hold it down to dry. And we will work on our birds. A little scrap of white here, and we're going to stamp this bird, the single bird. Black Memento ink. And I'm going to stamp our sentiment at the same time here. But we're going to use Poppy Parade on that one. Poppy Parade ink. So Mary. And Christmas, we need to clean our ink off of that one. We've got black ink on it. So let's grab our chamois and we'll clean that. Hi, Amber. Good to see you. Glad you're doing okay. Oh, it's raining there where you are? No, it's just real cloudy here. I think we're supposed to get that bad weather coming in tonight between 9 and 1 a.m. or something. Yeah, I think that's what they said. Which I don't like it during the nighttime when I'm trying to sleep. Okay, again, we're going to ink up our Christmas word in Poppy Parade. All right, and we'll bring our blends back over here, and we're using the Poppy Parade Stampin' Blends this time, not the real red. So, Poppy Parade, Poppy Parade, and our Bubble Path, and our Peach Pie. I'm going to set that over there for now. And we'll do some coloring here with our blends. And I'm going to start with the dark Poppy Parade. Color his wings and his shading with the dark Poppy Parade. And do a little outlining. Oh, okay, they said the same thing for you then. Okay. Well, maybe it'll get the atmosphere where it needs to be, where it'll behave itself. If we have a little rain before. We sure need the rain. We don't need the storms. All right, now we're coloring with the light Poppy Parade, the rest of his body. And then we're going to use the dark pebbled path to do the branch that he's standing on. Okay, and whoops, got to color the branch that's in his mouth too. Oh, very carefully. And his legs and his beak are going to be the peach pie. And this is the light peach pie. And I need to bring my Poppy Parade blends back over here so I can do the berries. I'm going to do the dark first. Okay. And use the light Poppy Parade to fill in our berries. And we've got to bring our mini machine back over here to die cut these out. Well, just the bird is how we're die cutting. We're going to fussy cut the sentiment. So dies for the other bird here. And use my washi tape to hold it in place. Get it lined up there. I think I need some more washi tape, but I'll grab this little piece here. It should work. And try not to jiggle my camera. So here's our little bird. And we're going to place the bird up on dimensionals. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals back over here. And grab a little corner to put on the berries there. I think that's good. So we're going to set him over there for a moment. We're not ready to attach him yet. And let's see if our card is dry here, so it's holding in place. And let me burnish that one more time to make that lay flat. Okay, let's cut our sentiment down to size. And I'm just going to make it boxes here. rectangles. Just snip off the edges. Oh, Merry Christmas. That's what we've got. All right, and the scallop piece goes into the center of that layer, so I'm going to glue that down. What did I do with my silicone match? Yeah, I think the next live I'm going to have a new bottle of glue to use because this is getting towards the end where I don't think it's going to last much longer. Grab my tweezers, pick that up, and we're going to place that right in the center of that label. And it looks straight. Press that down. All right, we're not quite ready for our bird yet. We're going to, I have die cut our leaves from the garden green, yes, garden green cardstock. And the same leaves are in the bird bundle also. So I'm going to do 3 of those. And I'm missing a die. I don't know what I did with it. I had it the other day when I was making the original card, and now I can't find it. So, but we're still going to have 3 leaves here. I cut enough of those to be able to use them. But it does come with the 3 leaf dies in the bundle with the dies. So I don't know. I guess it'll show up sooner or later. I looked a little bit for it last night and couldn't find it, so I just gave up and said, it'll turn up wherever. I went all through my trash to make sure it didn't get thrown away by mistake, and it wasn't in there, so I think we're safe. All right, so our Merry Christmas is going to go up here. And I might cut those down a little skinnier. Let me get those placed there and see what it looks like. I must have glue on my fingers. It's sticking to me. Well, goodness. All right, our leaves are going to go down here at an angle, 3 of those. I'm just kind of dry fitting here to see how I want these to lay. And then our bird will go over the top. So I think that's going to be okay. I might have to cut down my sentiment a little bit, but not much. So let me go ahead and attach these leaves down. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on all 3 of them at the same time. I must have glue on my fingers. Everything's sticking to me. But if we didn't have glue and ink on us, we wouldn't be crafters. All right, so this is going to go there at a bit of an angle. And same with this one at an angle. And then this one's going to go in the center of those 2. And let's take our dimensionals off of our bird, the backing, and we'll attach the bird down to our card. Right over the greenery there. All right, we've got plenty of room for these. I'm not going to worry about those. I'm going to go ahead and attach them. I thought I might have to cut them down smaller, but they're going to work okay. And I'm going to put it right in that top corner of that frame. Butt it right up against that. And our Christmas underneath that. All right, we'll put our cap on our glue. And I'm looking for our bow here. Didn't I make one? Maybe I didn't make a bow. I'll have to bring our bow jig over here to make our bow. And I'm not sure where that went. Okay. We're going to be using the Natural Tones linen thread. And this was back ordered too, but it's back in stock again. It's called the Natural Tones linen thread. We've got the green, the blue, and then the, I'm not sure if that's pecan pie. It might be the pecan pie. But we're going to use the green. And use my bow maker. And we're going to make us a little double bow. Wrap that around twice. Bring it back through and tie it. So, snip that off. And I don't have my ribbon scissors, so we're going to use just our paper scissors. And then I'm going to grab one of these mini glue dots that come with our paper pumpkins each month. And place our bow down there. I'm trying to take the paper off of that and roll it into a tiny ball. Make it smaller. And right underneath our bird branch there. Okay. And no card is complete unless we've got a little bit of bling to add to it. So I'm using the Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Back Berries. And these are online exclusives. So just go into my store and click on the online exclusives and it'll bring it right up to you. And you can search all the good stuff that's in there that's not in the catalogs. So it has the berry grouped together in threes, and then it's got the single ones. So we're going to use the single red ones. And add a bit of bling to our card. And again, I'm going to go with threes. And one right there. And kind of like a triangle kind of shape. Okay. Put these away. And let's work on the inside of our cards. So Merry Christmas on the outside. And now let's do the inside. We've got our basic white, which measures 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. It's a little bit smaller than what our normal inserts are. So I'm going to kind of eyeball where I want that, but I'm going to bring my Poppy Parade ink back over here because we're going to stamp our sentiment using the Poppy Parade stamp set. And our sentiment is going to say it's the most wonderful time of the year. And again, that comes from our other stamp set, which is the greetings of the season. It's got all of our Christmas greetings in here. So let's ink that up. And with our fun fold here, I want to keep our sentiment off to the left side as far as I can, so that it stays under the flap of our front fold. So it's the most wonderful time of the year. And we're going to let that sit for a moment. And I'm going to bring over some scraps of our basic white, and we're going to stamp Happy New Year. So here's the New Year. And that's in that same stamp set also. So New Year and Happy. And I need another scrap here because I can't fit that on there. So let's grab this one over here. Don't need to crowd them too much. Yeah. And fold up our stamp pad again. And I'm going to go ahead and glue down our right side here. Our inside layer. Okay, and we're going to attach that to our back layer inside of our card. Make sure I've got that straight, and yeah, everything's going to cover up like it's supposed to. So it'll go like this, where it covers that, so you won't see it when it's closed. Now we're going to cut these down to size and add those. So I get my paper snips and do some trimming here. And did I fussy cut those? I did. We're just going to go around our letters, leaving a little bit of white around the edges. And following our stamped area. So there's the New Year, which is going to go there. And let's bring our Happy over here. And we'll do the same thing with that. I want to start doing 2 videos a week as soon as I get myself caught up on appointments and all that sort of stuff, so I can. I'm thinking one might be on a Friday, and maybe I'll change this one to a Monday. So let me know what you think, if that would work for everybody's schedule. All right, so Happy New Year is going to go onto this label here. And right about in the middle. And the New Year. Got something on that. Let me go to my adhesive remover and see. Clean that off. Yeah. It's just something stuck on it. I'm not sure what it was. All right. So here's our third card. It says, Merry Christmas. And this is our fun fold for the day. Happy New Year. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Okay. So you have to let me know which one's your favorite. Here's our fun fold, our second card, and our first card. My nose wants to itch. Somebody's talking about me. Or a fool's talking about you. I'm not sure which one. Okay, Mondays would work for you, Amber. That's good. Yeah, I'm thinking Monday and Friday, possibly. So I know Wednesdays aren't good because people have church, and then Thursdays, some churches have a Bible study kind of thing going on. So I'm thinking Monday and Friday, but I just got to get everything ready to go. It takes time to get prepared for it. So. Okay, which one is your favorite? This is our first one. If you missed it, you need to go back and watch the replay. It's a real simple card to put together. And so that one's Thinking of You Always, Merry Christmas, and another Merry Christmas fun fold. So that's our three cards for today. And I'm glad that you're able to be here today to watch. And I hope you'll share the video with your friends and family and like, share, subscribe to YouTube, do all those things that'll help me out. So until next week, I think we're going to go ahead and say Wednesday. Let me see. Yeah, we'll go ahead and say Wednesday, but if I can make it work, I might change it to Monday and do Monday and Friday. So, but I'll let you know. Watch my page and I'll make sure that I post it on there to let you know. So, so right now it's going to be November 6th, Wednesday for sure. Unless I change it, then it'll be the 4th. But I'm going to be using some of the new online exclusives. We have a really cute otter set that's in there, so I'm anxious to show that to you. That's probably what our card's going to be for the first video. And for the second one, if I can get it figured out and made up and ready, I'm not sure exactly what that one will be. But we're probably starting to work on a lot of Christmas cards here, being well, next week it'll be just a month until Christmas, a little over a month. So hard to believe. So until next week, y'all have a good rest of the week. Stay healthy, stay safe, get some crafting time in for yourselves. You need that me time. And thank you for being here today. Bye bye.